Hello, and welcome to Shot About It with your host, Tisa and
Sabrina Vagina.
I'm Candice.
The podcast where we talk about shit and talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
the reason why I started this abruptly is because they're both on their damn phones.
I was waiting
But
for
we were
her.
on
I was
cue.
waiting for Sabrina.
A
to
cue?
get off her
You guys are
phone.
both texting or whatever you're doing.
I'm not. I'm
I
scrolling
listen.
Facebook waiting for Sabrina to stop
Fucking
texting
Sabrina,
her
stop
son to get his life
texting
together.
people. Get your life.
I know.
So, it has been very many months, like 7 months since we...
Many moons.
It's been many moons, and there has been a eclipse and...
There's been an eclipse.
Mercury retrograde.
God, that bitch.
It's still like having the little
And the effects are
leftovers
still
until the 18th of
standing
this month.
strong with me, I guess.
For me too, I'm a grumpy monkey and I don't like it.
I'm not grumpy, just things keep getting thrown at me and I'm like, I don't need this.
You need a shield. Ching ching.
Ching, 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 ching. Anyway.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just like totally ready.
She has this voice
to take
that
this
she does.
shot. Like, we totally went, like,
you know what you
antiquing
did?
today. What did I do?
You found your Mexican family.
Oh, that too.
No, I didn't
she
find
found-
that.
No, she
My
didn't find
dad's
a
side
Mexican
of his
family.
mom's.
Oh, so you're white family. But you also since then have found out that you are Mexican.
But I also found out that I'm Greek and that apparently my mom's mom
Still denying her
every-
fucking Mexican
told
side.
her, no.
You hear this?
Everybody
But
has
there's
like
more
all
to me
this
than
stuff.
Mexican.
You should embrace that Mexican shit, bitch.
You'll say, okay.
Everybody's got like all of that.
Yeah,
mixed
we're all
in their
mixed.
blood.
I got
Everybody's
European,
all
I got
that crap in
Spanish,
there.
because they fucking conquered Mexico.
Everybody's got all that in there
And-
because they. Everybody's
Killed everybody.
immigrants. Everybody's immigrants.
and
That's
they
that.
went out and conquered.
Because I did that 23andMe test, and then I started talking. I got my dad to talk to his biological cousin, and then I talked to his wife, and then I got to talk to my dad's cousin's son, and we talked for like 45 minutes. Like, it was really nice, like, trying to help my
The
dad.
white side?
Yeah, on his mom's. Finding out, like, even her sister was crazy. Like, my
Everybody's
dad...
got a crazy aunt.
My dad's uncle was like, "Hey, Brian, like, our dads are just one and the same. Your dad was a migrant worker, and my dad was a carny." Like,
Oh shit!
yeah,
That's cool. We should do a whole podcast about your family.
It was like crazy.
That's cool.
And both of the sisters, like, all like sent their kids out for adoption.
When I
and
start
only
up,
kept one.
When I start up Roosevelt Rebel, I'll do an interview with you about that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Because right now I'm on a break from Roosevelt Rebel because it was too much to... Like, I'm taking a break from school. I'm taking a break from doing the podcast. I'm just going to try to focus on doing something. And I have yet. But, so we're going to shot about... What are we shotting about? What are you going to shot about, Sabrina? Oh,
That I finally painted, and I got to go antiquing today. And I love antiquing, and I love getting around. I like finding old people's stuff because I'm old. And when my kids move out, I'm going to have a whole house of old shit. And Sam's going to fucking hate it, but I'm going to love it. And I'm going to finally get my curio cabinet. Shot about
wait, we're
that.
not shotting yet. Stop.
Oh.
She's-
Damn, everybody, God,
Everybody needs to
okay,
tell
the
them what
spotlight.
they-
We all got to talk here.
What do you guys chat about it, girls?
Oh. That I start my new shift at work. I got hired on full time. So I got insurance and I'm starting my new shift and it's 4/10s. Woo woo. So I have Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays off so I could spend time with you bitches and my new friends that I'm trying to get. Not to
What the
replace
fuck is
you.
this new friend shit?
I loved your ad. That was so cute.
It was not trying.
It's because she wants like a friend with
Because
like
you guys-
no kids, so she could do whatever she wants when, and we don't have to be like, "Hey, yeah, because we have our kids." Or I'm like, "Okay, yeah, because I want to stay with my pookie."
Exactly. See, she gets it.
I get it.
She gets it. And then you?
Me? I am shotting about becoming an official vendor for a paranormal convention that's being held in Wickenburg, Arizona at an old ghost town.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. We have to figure out that date so I can request that Friday off.
Oh, yeah. It's not until October.
Yeah,
so
it's not until
legit.
October.
Too legit.
Wait,
so
to
then I
excited.
can go.
I don't know.
Because I have weekends off.
All right, then scratch it. I'm not taking Sabrina. I'm just kidding.
I don't have to request
I'll
it off
have
because I
one
already
journal
have it
made
on.
that you could sell at your booth. Just kidding.
I am totally kidding. No, it's. You were the first.
Wait,
person
and I can
thought
even
of
go to
taking
that
when
other
I was
horror
doing
thing that you're going to because I have weekends off.
Yes, Monster Bash. Can't wait to go to that. I'll shout about that too because I'm gonna meet Nev Campbell.
Woo woo.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love you so much. Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh,
Look at you
sweet.
guys. Fuck you. That's what she's really saying in her head.
No.
Well, you can also shout about being able to go hang out with your sister in Florida.
Oh, yeah, I finally get to
yeah.
Florida and I haven't been there in 5 years.
And you're going kid free.
And
I
you're getting
know.
like 50 million raises and you're like making a bajillion bucks.
I know in 2 years, I started at $20 an hour and now I'm making $26.19.
That's a lot.
In
That's
2.5
amazing.
years.
Like, that's really
No.
2.5
Sorry.
years, I made like a $6 or something
good.
cent
Yeah,
raise.
like
that's fucking nuts.
that's unheard of. Most companies do not do that. You're very
And they haven't
wow.
even been like, and then they were like, oh yeah, here's your review, and that'll come. I was like, oh yeah, that was the raise that just came. She's like, no, that was our market value raise. She's like, this is our regular, you know, your yearly
Lay down, Binksy boy.
annual raise.
Lay down. Sorry, we're listening to you, but Binksy's being a biatch.
My
No.
dog, Thackeray Binks, is being a douche.
It's because he has allergies and blink, blink, blink.
It's because he wants to be all up in the cheese man over here.
Chisme? Is that Mexican
Aw.
for gossip?
Yes,
That is Spanish for gossip.
and you're Mexican.
And you're
ho.
Mexican,
Get you,
bitch.
You're here.
Or,
you're-
as you should know, puta.
I know that word. The only sentence I remember from Spanish class in high school was "Donde están mis pantalones?"
Oh my god.
Which means "Where are my pants?"
Yeah, the majority of the nation knows.
I used to
those
say "Me
words.
guste con mucho grande carne, burrito con mucho agrio crema." Like I like a big beef burrito with lots of cream.
You're disgusting.
And I used to
Was that
say,
a sexual
"Close your
innuendo
legs,
there?
you smell like pescado." But I only remember pescado. I learned this in high school. I don't know. I was learning bad shit. But anyway, cheers to that.
All right, cheers to
Cheers
everything that we
to
discussed
Sabrina's
right now.
broken Spanish.
My
Or
Spanglish.
Spanglish.
Ah, cheers.
And tonight we don't have any special
We don't have any special shots. We're just shouting about. We're
life.
shouting about and shouting with anything and everything. So
Because this was not planned on my part. I just showed up.
She's being spontaneous.
You seem bitter about that post.
what post?
Teresa doesn't know that I'm super jealous of my friends, and I'm very needy, and when they don't respond to me, I'll call them 50 bajillion times until they finally say, well, then they just yell at me. But I'm like, dude, just answer the first time or just let me know you're busy, and then I'll leave you alone. But if I see that you posted an hour ago, and I've been trying to call you and you don't answer, like I told Candice, I'm Detective Carmen Sandiego, and I will find that shit out, and I will see when you posted, where you posted, when you posted, when I responded, time. Why didn't you answer my text?
Because I was watching TV with my family.
But you texted
I
it
did
to
that
the group
before
like
I was
2
watching
minutes
it.
maybe before. But anyway, I'm jealous of my friends because
That's why I just always answer when she calls or video calls when I'm about to take my first.
At
bite of
least
my dinner.
at least if she doesn't answer, she'll be like, I'm at the store. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll leave it alone. This one, Teresa, doesn't answer. And then she waits for me to call her 15 times. And then she gets mad at
Well,
me.
you should know after the
No.
first one, not
No, I don't know. Because
You
you were just
should
online. It said you were online. And
An
you didn't
hour
answer
ago.
Me. No, it says green light. It means go. Green means
That's
go.
why I log out. That's why I log out. Somebody was like, why are you logging out? I just stay logged in. This is why I log out.
Green means go.
Because of this woman right here.
Because certain people who think green is go that they have to text
I wasn't
you and call
online.
you.
I was at that. We were watching the Queen's birthday.
Her
from-
Jubilee.
Yes. And then I was also scanning my scratchers because I was going to go to the casino tonight, but I was like, it'll be less expensive.
To come
To-
and
for-
hang out with her friends. Her friends.
So yeah.
The ones with the kids.
Oh,
And the
here's the
poopies.
bitter on the other end. Jesus, you guys.
You cannot find. You can find another friend.
It's still lingering hard.
Oh my God! Someone save me.
We're all jealous, much.
Not jealous, like angry, bitter, like no, you cannot. Like I'm trying to replace you, but I'm not. Do you feel that way?
Just
Do
kidding.
you feel that way? No, be honest. Do you feel like I'm trying to replace you?
No,
We're
because I told you I understand because you need friends that
Are
don't
available.
have baggage.
Don't have a husband and 2 kids. A whiny husband. And you told him he was a bitch. That was so amazing last night.
I was never so proud
I did.
in my life.
You did?
Oh my God! You don't even remember telling your husband he sounded like a bitch?
You were like, you're whining like a bitch. And I was like, what? I'm like, then, you know what was in my head? I was like, she's going to get beat tonight.
Yeah, because you were going to the bathroom and he kept asking you like, babe, come here, and she's like, I'm going to the bathroom right now and quit whining like a little bitch.
You don't remember that?
Yes. I don't know what it was about.
Because he was sick. He was not feeling good.
Oh, because his
his
elbow hurt and his
no,
foot
and his-
hurt.
Yes,
hurt.
his foot was
Yeah.
swollen. And you were like, done. And I was like, she's going to get beat. We're going to get a phone call.
Because she first got irritated because he texted her from the room.
Oh, yeah.
Asking
And
her
normally
to do
it's
that?
for toilet paper. Like my husband and my son, they won't yell. I'll be at the bath smoking or watching TV. They'll call me on my cell phone from one of the bathrooms, and it's usually toilet paper. I don't
Do you
even
remember him telling you to bring something about the gun from the car? And
Oh yeah, get the gun from the glove box. I'm like, I will. Go get it.
Did you get it yet?
He was like so whiny. I've never heard him that way
He
ever.
was very whiny and it was very unattractive.
It was sad.
He became more unattractive to me because I'm not attracted to your husband whatsoever.
It made it
But
worse.
like, it just made it a hell of a lot worse because I was kind
It
of
was
like, okay,
weird.
you need to.
Right? You never heard my husband
I've
like
never
that.
heard him crying
Like,
like a bitch.
Oh my god.
I don't feel good. And I was like, what the
And then it's like he would move and he'd be like, oh, my body hurts. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. Would you like a tampon as well? Because I can give you that. I have plenty.
And the only reason that it's so weird is because he's so, I'm macho man and I fuck
Macho
trans people, fuck the gays, fuck...
I don't give a shit.
Fuck all the Republicans and the liberals, and I'm just,
No, the
I'm just
Democrats.
mean.
He
I'm
doesn't
above
like the
everyone.
Democrats.
Snowflakes, you and
no,
your trans
it's not even
friends and
Democrats.
the
He
gays.
just calls
The
them,
liberals?
You liberals, you liberal people.
Yeah, so...
He's like, ow, my elbow.
And he's like, oh, my elbow and my foot. Honey, come and coddle my balls because this is what I need.
It was just a shock to hear him like that last night. And then you called him a bitch and it was like, beautiful.
It was like the sun
It was like
shone into
women's
your house.
rights were like,
It was like,
vaginas were like, brrr.
Vaginas were shining last night.
when he does whine too much, I'm like, why are you acting like a bitch? I'm like, that's not the first time I said that to him. When he does whine. When he's sick, it's like the man's sick. Like every woman says.
Yeah.
Like when their husband is sick, it's like they're dying.
It was ridiculous. That's all I got to say. And I was so proud of you.
Thank you.
I was very
You're a
proud of
bitch, Sam. I love you. You're a little bitch.
Like what if he listened to our podcast just so
He
he
would
could
never.
bitch about it?
Absolutely hilarious, but he would not because he would like.
He's too busy on his fucking
I'm just
game.
video game playing with his friends.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
I got a
today,
work
though.
meeting tonight.
Today she called him. She video chatted him because he said, "Oh, don't rush coming home." Blah blah blah, and she video chats him, and he like answers the phone, but his face is like literally like the whole screen, like he didn't want her to see where he was at. And she's like, "Where are you at?" And he goes, "I'm at home." And I looked at the screen. I'm like, "Nope, false, because it's too bright where you're at." Like, because you're not in your dungeon.
Where was he?
I think
Probably
at Sam's
Sam's
Club,
Club.
where you got that fucking thing.
Because he got a smoker.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So when are you going to get toys like that?
Well, Sam worked
See-
overtime.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, so I did tell my husband.
No. So I deleted because you're like, look at Sam's new toy. I was like, when are you gonna get a new fucking toy? And then I deleted it, and I was gonna screenshot it and send it to Candice, but I didn't.
Because I was like, how much did this cost? It's like, well, originally it was this much, but it got it for this much. And I was like, oh, that could have been a staycation. He's like, well, I worked overtime. So I told my boss this on Friday, and I was like, calculating my hours. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I want to make sure I had 40, because I know I had like 2.5 hours of overtime. So I changed my direct deposit into my account where I have the flat rate of my whatever, and I give them the rest for bills. I was like, and I increased it by $75. So next paycheck, I'll get my overtime money for $250, and I didn't tell him. I'm like, but like, he won't know. And my boss is like, I do that too. She's like, I go to the store, and he gets mad because I try to send my son money because they're really struggling. She's like, because rent's so expensive, and I'll just go to the store and I won't tell him, and I'll just show it's all from the same grocery store. She's like, but really the extra $200 was to send my son money. I was like, I do that too. And we were laughing because I was like,
I'm glad I'm single.
Hey, my sister's dad didn't even tell his wife that he helped my sister pay for school. He had a whole separate bank account that she
I was
didn't know
afraid
about.
to tell my ex that I helped our kid for rent, but then I just was like, I had to tell her. But it's different because she doesn't control my money.
I have an ex that doesn't pay child support.
I have to admit, though, I am really bad with money.
That's what I was totally thinking, like, all fucking day. Everything that you've been texting about what's going on, I was just like, and she's not getting child support. And then last night, too, I was like, she's not getting child support. So.
Welcome to my everyday life.
Welcome
and
to my nightmare.
Welcome to my nightmare. I don't know. I just made up that song.
No,
that was my tune.
What is it? There's like a song. Is it like Ozzy?
No, it's Avenged Sevenfold, and it's like I'm your fucking nightmare.
We saw Kish. I saw a Kish shirt today too, and I was like, oh look. Except for had Japanese symbols on the side, so it must have been from like a Japan tour.
It was from a Japanese tour.
Panic at the Disco's coming.
I know, you said that last night.
I did. I was so tired last night.
You said that last night, and then we talked a lot about
Juliet really wants me to wait for Ariana Grande to come, so you have to pay attention to those if she comes into town.
I don't think she's coming for a while because she just came.
She just came. She's not coming until she drops another album.
That's what I told her, but when did she come? Not last year.
The year... I don't know, she just recently did come.
By that time, she's going to be freaking into something else.
Yeah, that's what I was totally thinking. I was like, these kids are, like, into things... Like, Dylan fucking hates dinosaurs now and only fucking is obsessed with Star Wars, but... And it's a different character every week that he's obsessed with, and it doesn't even matter. So it's like, I'm not going to fucking buy you this because you're not going to give a fuck about it next month. But we are going to make shaved ice tomorrow because I promised him. And I got... cherry, or was it bubblegum, and watermelon flavored. I went to Smart and Final. I bought the flavors to make shaved ice on the new motherfucking KitchenAid. And we did the cheese the other day. My mom was like in shock of how fast it was to do 2 pounds of cheese.
It's like...
Yeah. I was like... Like a fucking woodcutter. Like a mouse. Like a woodcutter.
Like motherfucking cheese balls.
Cheese. Because we had tacos. They were delicious. And now we're going to make shaved ice tomorrow. I can't wait.
Oh, I have to shave something.
I thought you already did that.
My legs.
Yeah, because she was filling up on my legs. And I haven't shaved in 2 weeks or a month. Yeah, it's been a month. Look, feel my legs. It's been a month.
Sam looked at me. He's like, you're just shaving your legs?
That's a month.
A month?
Yeah, it's because I'm indigenous.
That's amazing.
You're welcome.
Indigenous. Because Sam was like, oh, you're just shaving your legs? And I was like, well, both of our showers don't work, and I can't spend 30 minutes
Dude, there needs to be some
And then
way
Sam was like,
you
it takes you
fix
30
this
minutes to shave down there. I was like, well, maybe 20 minutes.
Well, things would get done if people would call the landlord.
Yeah, I know.
I did.
Just because the person died doesn't mean the landlord's like, oh, well, sorry, the person that I used before is dead. Sorry, I can't fix your shit. You're paying rent. He needs to fix your shit. Stop talking to some foreigner and pay attention to us.
Not a foreigner.
Well, stop telling your son how to live his life and let him figure it out on his own. Just push the bird out of the nest, and if he flies, he does. If he doesn't,
I feel like he's
splat.
gonna be like.
It's like Nemo.
That's what I was doing right now, people. I'm doing a Nemo. He has only
one wing's flapping hard.
There was this puppy that was for adoption with the Humane Society, and they called him Finn because he was born with a small leg.
Stop it.
And one was smaller than the other, and I told my mom,
Binks, you need a little Finn.
I told my mom, I said, I want to get him.
That's when you said I wanted a puppy, and my mom said no.
She said we can't. I'm gonna buy the house, and I'm gonna be like, I own this bitch.
It's my house.
I own this
Whose
bitch.
house? My house.
I own this bitch. This is my fucking dog.
And this is
my
fucking
cat.
Finn.
And I'm like, Kinky Boots needs a friend. Aw, I want to get Finn. Finn. Yeah, you aren't paying attention. That's where you're so far behind in the conversations.
It's about another cat.
Cheers.
Cheers. The shot about Sabrina not listening.
Sabrina's not listening. She's too busy on her phone. Boop, 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 boop.
Look at that, take shots straight up. I'm a wuss, and I have to take a sip of something. Then, as I hold it in my mouth, take a shot.
Basically, this Jameson
Then take
orange
another
tastes
drink.
like sun-kissed with a burn.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Binks, why do you look so miserable, my
Because
puppy?
he has allergies. Oh, my puppy. I need a puppy.
Just take Binks.
I can't. My mom will murder me.
He wouldn't get along with Kiki.
Oh, yeah, he will definitely not.
Him and Kiki wouldn't get along.
Because you hate kitties, huh?
He is not a cat dog.
So, there's cats that are a mother and father cat with their 2 kittens that are living in our yard.
Feral?
They have killed a couple of my corn stalks, and they lay in my jalapeno bush, and they lay in my succulents, and I've killed one of my succulents.
Did you put stuff out here?
Ew, what the fuck was that?
He has wet burps. It's disgusting.
Dude, you do not feel good. This is concerning me.
He's fine.
I've never seen him look this pathetic
He always
before.
looks this pathetic.
This
He's
is-
just not everybody's here all the time to see it. This is how he is. He does this to get attention, and then he gets his attention, and he's like, "Oh, I'm back to having the sun shining out of my house." He's fine.
I hope so. Do you need me to bring you some nettles, freeze-dried nettles, so your allergies go away? Because you seem very sad and pathetic.
And there he
Worse than
goes. He's
before.
gonna roll over because he's like, I
Worse than
reeled her
before.
in. What?
Worse than before.
He's fine.
Binksy purr. Get the
Does he look sicker than usual?
When we got home, he was parkouring all over the place. He's fine.
Binksy poo, come here.
See,
Is
look
that the
at him.
noises he was saying?
Come here,
Was he
Binksy.
Yeah.
saying,
He was parkouring. He was literally Michael running all over. Parkour. Parkour. And then he went straight from that to Stuart. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Oh, and then see, Sabrina gets a notification.
Ignores. You got him all excited about loving, and then you took it away.
Look at, and then he just parks himself right in between you guys. All right, we're getting boring. Let's amp this conversation up.
Anyhow, so the other day I was about to murder myself. Just kidding.
Say that.
What?
That's not what we're talking
No,
about.
actually, here's the thing. Who was it? Oh, it was you.
Oh, you.
You were talking
Me.
about having your gun in the
Oh, on my thing.
on
and
the
I-
bedside, and you were worried about the kids coming in and like going through your shit. So they have
And me
these-
too, because I go through shit, and plus I stuff in
So
my drawer.
what do you mean it didn't have a safety?
No, it has its safety, but I'm just scared that when there's too much stuff around the gun, that like something can hit it and put the
Knock
safety.
the safety off.
Yeah, because it's a little.
I just
switch.
don't. I just don't like being like guns being like just left on a table or like chilling. That really bugs me just because of the fact that like no matter how well you tell your kids like to not touch them, they're gonna be curious.
Okay, so since the most let's have a serious shot about it.
What?
Because you have kids in school. So, like...
I already had bad thoughts about
Okay.
the girls in school when I was picking them up on their last day of school.
Because the teachers in Texas, none of the kids are showing up to school.
I don't know.
No, they closed the school.
That school was closed, but I'm talking about
Like
other
everywhere.
schools. None of the kids are showing up to school because they're, like, freaking out. Sabrina, you're going to have to put your phone away, or I'm going to punch you in your throat.
It's getting a little much.
Because you have to pay attention to us, and we did a podcast tonight.
Sorry, I'm catching up on old times. Okay. Oh,
Well, yeah,
what are you
but
got? Jameson?
Yeah, I got Jameson Orange. You guys are drinking vodka. Vodka. I'm going to be drinking the whiskey.
Ever
It's
since I stopped
Irish.
drinking-
Wow, you really sound
So
very
just so you guys
Irish.
know that
You're
last
welcome.
June, I stopped drinking Sailor Jerry. So I was drinking Sailor Jerry thanks to
Sailor
Candice's...
Jerry?
That was like 3 years ago you stopped drinking it.
No,
No,
last
it was
year.
like it was a lot
Because
it was a year.
Candice's ex-husband
No,
got me
it's
on
been
Sailor
a year.
Jerry, and then I started drinking it, and then it was more, and then more and more. And then last summer in
It's
June,
been a year.
I stopped
That's it?
drinking it
Yes.
because I was going to try to quit drinking. But I know I wasn't going to keep drinking. But I stopped drinking Sailor Jerry. But my labs were like crazy off the chain. Like my triglycerides were super high, my liver enzymes. I had retested. I was not dying.
She was
My
pretty
liver
much dying.
enzymes were like 10 points high,
She's
okay?
like, I had a fatty liver.
My triglycerides were like critical high, but I thought
Did
maybe
it-
it was
did it
just
hurt?
too much
Critical-
cheese.
Critical dying high.
No, I thought it was just I had too much cheese. But I stopped drinking the Sailor Jerry and I just went to vodka. And then I rechecked my labs and they were all back to normal. So I'm
like-
back to being the fattest, healthiest person ever.
Ay.
Because my labs are all normal. I know that about
I
it.
switched from sharp cheddar to...
I switched from sharp cheddar.
I switched from gluten to none.
Aw, I'm sad.
I'm sad too.
I was thinking about going
But my belly's even worse if I have the glutes.
the glutes.
The glutens. If I gluten myself. That's what I call it now. Because like, if I gluten myself, I might shit myself. So
That's so sad.
it's very sad. But then sometimes
You
it
want
has to.
it has
just
to
happen.
Sometimes she just
Sometimes
has
you
to
just
go
have to
all out
eat
and then
some.
she
I
just
sometimes
hitches
have
a
to
little
go
bit.
out, but you know what? I found a loophole because my friend's wife, my friend Luther, his wife, she was like, because she's got severe like celiac disease, like really bad. Like if she eats something and it has like the slightest amount of soy in it or something, she's done for. And she goes, if you gluten yourself, she goes, drink or take tablets with activated charcoal. And it actually helps your stomach. It settles everything. It doesn't completely, like, cure anything, but, like, it does settle things so that it's not, like... Because if it's like, if I have gluten, it's either my stomach's all messed up to where, like, I'm in the bathroom every 5 minutes, or my skin breaks out in hives. It's, like, either or. So it just depends on the gluten.
That's so sucky though.
Maybe that's what Sammy has, and that's why he always has loose shits all the time. And now he never has hard stools, and the only reason why I know that is because he never flushes twice, and it always stays up.
Yeah,
And
he
it was
doesn't
like-
do the courtesy flush, and it's really unsettling when you go into the bathroom after like an hour
And it's-
after he's been in there, and then like you see like what he's had
Maybe
for
you
lunch,
should take him
dinner,
to the fucking doctor.
and breakfast.
I did, and then we did tests, and his lab tests were all normal, and they said, oh, here, take a stool test. And I was like, it's not a bacterial thing, I'm not going to do the test. Because if it was a bacterial thing, he'd be worse and worse and worse, and it's just the same. So, then the next thing is a GI, but he doesn't really eat that well.
I think it's his diet.
I think so, too.
I think it's his diet.
I
and-
have never seen him eat.
Well, when he eats extremely unhealthy and in very big quantities. He's a boy.
So then you need to be the mom and kick his ass and put him on a fucking diet to where he's eating correctly. Especially, is he going to try out for basketball this coming?
I doubt it.
That's so sad.
He likes it, but he's not, like, in love with it. If he was in love with it, he'd be playing it all day, every day. He likes it, but he's not.
So then what is he in love with? And what does he like to do?
His girlfriend.
No, he's not
Who's
even.
totally
not
into
even.
softball.
But not even. He's not even. For real.
He's there every day.
But for real,
every
let's
day.
go back 2 weeks. He was not going to her game.
Yeah, that's why he got fired, because he called out to go to her game.
He called out too many times and he got fired.
Beachy fucking kids.
Yeah.
He's like, 'cause I'm only 16, I want to live my life, and my happiness
But
comes
then he's
first
like,
before any
I
job.
wish my mom let me get a job when I was 16. She didn't let me get a job until I was graduated. She was
My
like,
mom
no.
was like,
Really?
my mom was like, okay, you want special shit, you gotta pay for it.
My mom was
And
like,
my mom gave me a cell phone as a gift, and inside the gift was also the cell phone bill.
I love that.
And then she said, yeah, we bought you a car, but here's the car insurance that you have to pay. And she goes, start budgeting. And she goes, if you want special shit, she goes, I'll buy you fucking Suave hair, like all your soap products. She goes, but if you want that fancy shit, like herbal essences and this and that, she's like, you gotta pay for it yourself. So if you want the fancy shit,
herbal essence.
yeah, she was like, if you
That's
want
like-
the fancy shit, because I wanted that herbal
That's
essences.
aging us right there.
Yeah, I wanted to be like,
You want
yes!
that herbal essence?
Yes!
You want to
Yes!
have that orgasm while you're washing your hair?
Yeah.
She's like, you need to pay this.
She's like, you gotta pay for that orgasm, girl. You ain't getting it for free from your mama.
You're getting.
But no,
fucking
my mom was
Suave.
like, she goes, if you want all the fancy shit, she goes, you want those fancy Bath and Body Works lotions, you want that cucumber melon, girl, guess what? You want that
Cucumber melon.
You want that sun-kissed raspberry?
You want that Japanese cherry
Do you want
blossom?
that?
Japanese shape.
Yeah, she was like, she goes, then guess what? You're gonna pay for it yourself. And she goes, and you want to go out with your friends? You better pay your way. She's like, because I'm not giving you money.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, okay. And you know what? It helped me out a lot as an adult now, because I was like, all right, well, if I want the special shit, I'm going to have to pay extra for it.
Well, thankfully that I am not girly girl, because that never happened.
Well, and it's not that I was girly
Especially
girl.
for-
I was never girly girl,
well,
but it
because
was
you
like,
wanted herbal essence.
but I just wanted shit that like my friends had. You know what I mean? And my friend's parents bought that for them, so I was like, oh, but I want that. And I was okay, if you want it, then fucking buy it.
So
Yourself, with your
but
money.
I think the difference is that my parents always had shit available because they had 8 kids. So
Yeah.
there was always something available, and we used whatever we were given.
Dude, at Goodwill today, they had so much shampoo, conditioner, maxi pads. It was
Yeah.
so
I
weird.
saw
Yeah.
tampons when I went shopping last weekend.
Which is kind of weird, because if you think about it, people are like donating this shit, then Goodwill should donate it. I feel.
Like they
They're
were
not going to.
donating
They're
like their
made
half
for-
bottles
for-
of Garnier
Or
or
they
whatever.
should donate it to the people that they're supposedly helping.
But Goodwill's not good.
Okay.
We really need to really think about that. Goodwill.
Well,
is
at least
not
they play good music. Or music.
But Goodwill's not good. But anyway, so yeah, my parents had way too many kids for us to get the good shit, and I didn't pay for any of my shit until I moved out of the house, and then I was buying my own stuff. But still, even then, because my parents still wanted to take care of me, like I moved out of the house and like was skateboarding every day to work and biking every day to work. But they were still sending over a care package of like beans, like my mom's beans. Oh my god, my mom's beans.
Oh, like Grandma John's beans.
I doubt they're not as good as mine. But anyhow.
Wow.
I
The
beg to
tension
differ.
just grew in the room.
I gave her the look. I was like, I beg to differ.
My beg to differ.
Is it pinto beans?
I do have to.
It is
I do
pinto
have
beans,
to
but-
say.
Does she?
Hey.
But does she cook it all day long? And does she add
Yes.
like chili in there, green chili, like
No.
baked,
So-
and then strips it? And does she add fucking pork, whatever,
No, there's
feet
no
and bones
no,
and whatever?
no meat in it. But
Nope. See,
no.
trash.
Everybody
I'm just
asks for
kidding.
my mom's beans for every event. People fucking be like, "Can I have your mom's beans?" They put in requests.
I need to try them and
Hey,
see
did,
how
Anna
they
potato
did the
salad.
family try my charo beans that I sent home?
Oh, they were so good.
Sabrina,
I want them
I'm
in my-
fucking
I want
talking
them in my
to
mouth
you.
right
You
now.
Pick up your phone.
Fuck
Sorry.
your phone. I want
Did
them in
your
my mouth
family
right now.
try the beans that I sent home, and did they like them?
Oh yes, I ate them all.
Hell yeah! That's
Those
the one.
beans were
That's
so
the one
fucking
I was
good.
worried like he would be like, they're not like my dad's beans.
Apparently, we're shouting about it. Your beans last
Shouting
weekend.
about
that was-
beans.
The beans last weekend. That was orgasmic.
Yeah, because I had a couple bites and I told Sam to taste them. And the next day I went to get some and they were all gone.
I froze the rest of it.
They're so good.
Because I wanted to have them from later.
They're so good. Later on. I was like...
You know that I sang the Beans song to the girls in the car? Because I tooted in the car. After having said beans.
They're so good.
And... Juliet's like, I can't believe you farted. And Peyton's like, ew. And I was like, beans, they're good for your heart. The more you eat them, the more you fart. The more you fart, the better you feel. So hey, let's eat beans for every meal. And they were like, did you really just make that up right now? I'm like, yeah, totally did.
They're dumb.
They were like, wow. And I'm like, I'm so fucking cool, right?
Beans.
Beans? What?
Nothing. Because then you're gonna get angry.
What about Beans?
Because I'm sad about Binks being sad.
He's not sad. He's been left home alone. He's been left home alone more often than he normally is. So he's acting like he has been abandoned. Like literally, if Sarah McLachlan were playing on fucking surround sound right now.
Excited and he wags his tail and he comes.
He did get all excited tonight when both of you got here. He was barking and making a freaking thing. He's happy that you guys are here and he's relaxed.
How much drugs did you give him? Just kidding.
I'm gonna get him some freeze-dried nettles.
You do that.
Freeze-dried what?
Freeze-dried nettles. They are for allergies, and his eyes are like sad.
Totally fine. This is how he looks like every fucking night when you guys are not here. This is how he lays around. If he feels the way I feel right now, like my freaking face feels like it's like so like stuffed up and on fire.
Why?
This stuff is
Do you need some? Do you need some?
My nose is on fire.
Do you need some freeze-dried nettles as well?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I just
I'll
need my face to.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not really one piece.
Oh.
She's. So...
You never really christened my bathroom tonight,
I
so
know.
that's a shocker. Usually Sabrina comes into my house, walks around for about 2 minutes, and then goes straight to the bathroom. She has the world's smallest bladder.
What'd you say?
She was about to say she has the smallest
I
bladder.
said my bladder's small.
See?
My bladder.
My bladder's small.
Fuck that bitch. Just kidding.
Fuck that bladder.
Fuck that fucking.
Wait, I said talk about.
She's Mexican. She needs to fucking accept
She
it.
needs to be a Mexican.
She needs to accept her Mexicanness.
She's Mexican.
We should tell her she's a
Did
Mexican.
I tell you at Monster Bash?
Okay, in real news, you guys.
Did I tell you Monster Bash?
Did you
Danny
wash your
Trejo's gonna be
hands?
there? Danny Trejo's gonna
No.
be there? Did I tell you that?
Go wash your hands.
No, but I didn't pee on my hands.
No, you still need to wash your hands.
No, I do that if I'm at a public place because I'm touching other people's stuff.
You're
It's
touching my
Candice's
soul
house.
right now with your hands.
No, but anyway, so here's
Does
the thing.
it smell like onion?
No, I didn't have any spray. I told Sam, and then I was like, well, you know when I have,
Candice
I
was
was,
herself.
I said, when I have caramel cappuccino, I was like, it smells like vanilla. And it's like, well, why don't you come home and sit in my face after you have a cappuccino?
Oh my god. You know,
I was like, because I eat mostly onions.
Are you okay with this being recorded?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna walk away
He kept bringing it up all night. He's like, I'll never forget that. And when we lived in the duplex, I was like 20 years old, like 19. That was like 17 years ago, and I'll never forget that.
So
Don't
we've
ever
known
do
each other
that.
for like 18 years.
We've known each other longer than I've known Sam. Because I dated Brad before I dated Sam.
We did.
And I was 18. So
And Robin was.
we've known each other
Robin
since I was 18.
Robin
because,
just turned 3 years old, so.
Because you had sex in my bed before I did. She had sex in my bed in my new apartment,
It
my
was
first
so
apartment,
good. That was
before I did
some
in my
good-ass
bed.
Sex. I remember that sex. It was
Onions.
It was really. It was not onions when I was having sex. It was amazing. And I was like, "Are you faking these noises? She was like, no. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you guys have sex in my bed before I had sex in my bed.
It was really good.
You're welcome.
That bed was nice.
I'm glad my day bed was good for you guys. My teenager day bed.
It was awesome. It was some great fucking sex.
Oh, Lord.
It was good sex. It was good sex.
But in real news, okay, so I have these jammies that my friends make fun of me about, okay?
Because we need
They're like
1865.
Sam, my husband,
was
makes
such a
fun
good
of me
year.
for about it. He says it's like a Little House on the Prairie, and my friends make fun of me about it, and they're like in your 18-hole jammies. So Teresa one day said that I should get one of those candle holders. Like, if you can think about those antique candle holders where like the girls were walking down the hall,
Or Scrooge McDuck.
or Scrooge. No, not Scrooge McDuck. Like, what's that? The Carol, the Christmas Carol.
Scrooge.
And then, no, not Scrooge.
Ebenezer
Ebenezer Scrooge. But it's a candle holder, okay? And then it has the little ring to hold your fingers on, but you stick that one tall candlestick in it, and you walk down the hall, and you're like, ooh. So we were going antiquing today, and that's all I was looking for is that candlestick holder. So I could play a prank on my husband and wear my 1800s jammies. By the way, I love them. They're super fucking comfortable. I don't give a fuck what my friends or husband think. I love them. But if I wear that and I get the candle holder, like, that will be the bee's knees.
Oh, the bee's knees.
Nice.
Yeah. But I almost got one because I couldn't find it, and it was like
A lantern.
a lantern. I was like, ooh.
That would work.
And I was holding,
Yeah,
but it was small.
But it wasn't like, it was like,
It was like
it
a
wasn't
blue
the kind of
pottery
lantern.
clay.
It would look like pottery lantern.
And it was small.
When I went to go back to get your fucking plate, the fucking people in front of me bought a lantern, and I was like so angry that they were taking forever. Like, they came,
Oh, like the ladies in front of you.
they were taking forever.
They asked me for a code for Goodwill today, and I was like, they're like, oh, she's got a code. I was like, no, I'm just looking on my phone. I don't have a app.
code.
I guess there's coupon codes now for Goodwill.
Yeah,
the
and then
fucking
I was like, while they were looking, I was like, email it, blah blah blah. I was like, try this one. They're like, is it junk code? I was like, yeah, and I scanned it. They're like, oh my god, thank you so much. And they're shaking my head. She's like, can you screenshot and text it to me? So I texted her. She's like, oh my god, I just love you. You're the best. There's these old ladies, and I thought
They were
that
going to like every Goodwill.
that was like
Getting
me and
everything.
Candice in like 10 years.
10?
Okay, 30.
Oh, wow.
But
Oh,
but that was us in
shit.
30 years, like going Goodwilling, and they were like, "Thank you so much for a 20% off coupon."
In 30 years, you're only going to be like 60 something.
Yeah, they're probably
And they
that
were
old.
pushing that.
Yeah,
And she's
Oh.
like 10 years, this bitch.
and then I was like, "You're welcome." And then I got up and I was like, "Well, I can't use the code because I didn't spend $20."
But you did get some really nice
I got
Tupperware.
glass Tupperware.
I'm still looking for a fucking pot for my mom. I was looking all day today.
Like a big cooking pot.
No, it's a little. It's probably like 3 or 4 quarts, and it had handles on the sides
They had one at DD's today.
because she was
spot.
because that's where she cooks her fucking tacos.
Oh, but it's flatter. It's like,
No, it's actually like a sauce pot.
Because we found one at DD's Fashion was this big, and it was like an egg
No,
shape.
not that big. It was like 3 to 4 quarts. It wasn't huge, and she had to throw it away. And she was so sad that she had to throw it away. Like it took her like. She was like, it's ruined. I cooked it too long. It's smaller than that.
would she like this?
I think she has something like that. I think I just need to start going to Goodwill because Candice, wasn't it Candice that said that I need to start looking at Goodwill?
Yep.
Bigger. It's like in between the two that you just showed me. This bitch.
It's that one I saw at DD's Fashion, I'm telling you.
I fucking love you. I hate you.
I hate you, I love you. What's that song by Nash?
He sucks now. His music is so not cool now. Like,
Because when Sam and I were going through like a thing before we got married, He's like, this song
That
reminds
was
me
like
of
5
you.
years ago.
I hate you.
Because I recorded that on my YouTube. If you want to look at my YouTube, you can see my horrible music that I fucking record.
Oh,
on
speaking of music,
Music.
I had an ex text me tonight sending me a song that I had sent him when we were previously dating. Mind you, this is a man that is married.
Oh shit.
And I was
shit.
and he was like,
His name is, no, I'm just kidding. She's already got me on names.
And he was like, this made me think of you and blah, blah, blah. He's like, I still love this song to this day. And I was like, yeah, but again, like I've told you multiple times, because I know he was drinking and he got like his, like...
Your exes get drunk and they're like, I need to talk to
Candice because she's gonna like... You
Even
know, and
our
it's
friends from high school, they're like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, what's going on, Candice? I'm like, the fuck? Everybody gets drunk and thinks of me? What the fuck? Like, I don't know. But anyways, and I was never drunk with this ex. This ex I was never drunk with because when I was with him the entire time, I was pregnant.
I love you.
I love you, sir. Oh, yeah, he bought her the baby walker.
No, the swing.
Oh.
Who bought you the baby walker? Another?
I did off of OfferUp. But
It was cute too. It was raspy voice.
But yeah,
like,
and then, but I told him that I said, you know, you sending me this and telling me you're thinking about me when you heard this song and blah blah blah. I'm like, that's very inappropriate and it's not fair. It's very disrespectful to your wife.
Good job.
And I said, this is not something we need to talk about. We can always be friends, but it's gonna be friends that talk like hi here, there, and whatever, like long far between like text messages. But he, like, literally, you were sitting right next to me. It was like my phone just kept going, boing, 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 going off, 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 off. And, like, it was just like, I didn't mean it the way you thought I meant it. Well, okay, when you say that you saw this song and it was freaking Trapped Echo. I'll run away with you.
Or think of my boo-boo. Is that what he called you?
And yeah, and it made me think about my boo-boo.
Oh my god.
And he goes, I said that
What's wrong with
sarcastically.
people?
And I'm like, oh,
You know
now
what?
that I called you out on it, it's sarcastic.
You know what I think? I feel like the internet has made people more comfortable with cheating and being disgusting.
And then after I, like, called him out, he goes, it's not like that my relationship at the moment is in a good place. And I'm like, that doesn't give you the right to contact somebody. You're still in that relationship.
Yeah, so that fucking...
Okay, and then you can tell him, okay, well, if it's not that way, does your wife know that you're messing
So
with
that murder thing that I listened to earlier, he contacted his ex-girlfriend from high school a week before he fucking ripped her fucking innards out of her. His current girlfriend. That was a horrible fucking story.
That was a horrible That was a horrible story for me to listen to. Oh shit!
Where did you listen to it to? Where did you listen to it?
It was on one of my.
Mr. Black?
I like all of my on all my podcasts.
Oh, mine was on Mr. Black on Law and Crime.
I can't remember. It could have been My Favorite Murder, but I'm not sure.
So I listened
Or to be honest, I could have watched it on Discovery Plus. I don't know. There's so much true crime going through my brain.
I know.
I love you guys so hard. This is where Sabrina Vagina smokes a cigarette.
Sabrina Vagina.
And then
God, get your name right.
she doesn't even know her
Sabrina
name.
Vagina.
There you go.
Jeez.
I'll go smoke.
Gosh.
Do that smoke a smoke.
Speaking of smoking,
You know what? Guess what?
My husband got that big old smoke.
It's been 3 years since I haven't smoked.
Oh, high five.
But
I got
like,
Chantix that's on my counter in my bathroom.
you should
Or in
quit.
the kitchen.
You should quit. You should quit. And then you can stop blaming me for getting you smoking.
Well, it wasn't even Patty's fault that I started smoking.
No, it's your own fault. You didn't have to smoke.
You didn't have to do it.
You didn't have to continue after me giving you a cigarette.
This is true.
You did it on your own, bitch. Don't blame others for yours.
Boom.
Boom shakalaka. Because we're best friends. We boom shakalaka.
We boom shakalaka together.
Boom boom. Now we can talk shit about Sabrina since she's
Hell
gone.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
Even my daughter boom shakalakas now.
what the fuck was that?
My door is like extremely.
No,
broken.
you just missed what she did.
What did you do?
She just
I
like
just
she
offended
went.
You.
She's gonna do it again.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Jesus! That was an onion slap. If I ever saw one.
We're gonna be like talking about onions all the time now.
I'm gonna feed her onions. Just so she sauteed onions,
Ooh,
fried
onions are
onions, onions.
Some fucking
All
grilled,
sorts
some
of
grilled
onions.
onions on a fucking hamburger sounds delicious right now.
Oh, that's Peyton's favorite. That's my daughter's favorite. She loves her.
I'm surprised she actually went to sleep. What'd you do to her today?
She's just tired.
She go with you today?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went with you. You said that.
And it was funny because, like, when we left, she was like, or Sabrina was like, "Are we ready to go on our girls' trip?" Because obviously it's like a fucking road trip going out
To Mesa.
And Peyton was in the backseat. She's like, "Ooh, ooh," like she was all excited. And then, like, literally 15 minutes in, she's like, "Are we there yet?" And I'm like, "Peyton, no, it's gonna be a minute." And she's just sitting there. She's like, "All right." And then we get there, and she's like, "Woohoo!" Like, she's all excited. And then, like, on our way, like, we're walking through, like, well, I think the antique mall did it for her. Like, she just walked through everything. She did take a nap in the car, and then I got home, and I'm like, well, I need a nap, because, like, I've been driving all morning. And so I took a little nap, and when I woke up, she's like, "Let's go, let's do this, blah, blah, blah." And that's when we went to Goodwill with Sabrina and stuff. And I could tell she was getting tired throughout, like, the evening and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she, for some reason, she was hell-bent on staying awake. And then, like, Sabrina was like, "I'm coming over." But I didn't tell Peyton she was coming over. I didn't tell Peyton you... Oh, well, we did tell Peyton you were coming over. And that's why she stayed up as long as she did, because she was waiting for you to come.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was going to go to bed. That was our deal. Because I told her, I'm like, "You're going to have to go lay down." And she goes, "Okay." But, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll make you this deal. I'm all when Aunt Teresa gets here. What are you going to do?" And she's like, "I'm going to go lay down." I was like, "All right."
And she was already laying down when I got here.
Yeah, she was like, literally, before you got here, she was like nodding off on the couch. And I'm like, "Somebody's getting tired." And she was like, "No, I'm not." And, like, she's saying back to me, like, "No, I'm not." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." But she cracks me up. My child's too much.
Cheers to us, because Sabrina's outside. She doesn't get an extra shot. This one burned a little, and it's orange. Oh, I'm so sad. This is my, like, only beer here.
You want a White Claw? I got those. I got two.
So the funny thing is, my sister's like, "You're gonna be drinking when you're there." I was like, "No, I'm not." I was like, "I'm not gonna go there and drink. They only drink seltzers, and I don't have anything there that I'm gonna drink." And I totally forgot about this beer being here. And my sister's like, "You better stay there if you're fucking going over there and you're gonna be drinking. You better, because you can't drink and drive." And I was like, "Whatever. I'm just gonna be over there." And then my mom messaged me and she was like, "If you're drinking, you need to stay there." And I was like, "Okay, if I drink, I'll stay there." Because we already had one shot. I was like,
I'll have a sleepover.
who's she talking to?
I don't know.
So anyhow, I listened to a podcast today. Dr. Black on law and crime. And it was about in like 2015. This guy it was just disgusting. Just look it up. Just look it up. It was the worst thing ever. This guy was like, "I don't know how she died. She was just dead." Like, how?
She was just dead, but her innards were coming out of her.
And like all over the place. The whole entire apartment. like 13 and a half feet of innards of this poor woman was like, see, I feel like something's wrong with him.
No, he's happy. That's his happy face. Come on, puppies. Come here.
I just feel weird about him. I think it's because his like eyes are so sad.
No.
And like sadder. Okay,
Go.
they're sadder than usual.
Go. Go, 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 go. Go. And
I
Sabrina's
feel
out
like
there.
his eyes are sadder than usual.
No, okay, so let's get back to that. Sorry. He was smiling though. My puppy was smiling.
He was smiling. Yeah, like that dude. Like I saw. Did you see? Where? Okay, hold on. Let me. It's a lot.
Rewind.
So did you see any of his interview with the cops?
No.
Any of the? Oh, girl, you.
No. So you
I watched
all
his
that?
interview. I'm
Okay.
gonna send this link to you because Law and Crime on YouTube. Like, it is so fucking amazing. They actually have the interviews with the people. Like, this guy deep dives so deep that he gets the interviews with the people. After he did the thing, he, like, did an update where he got a hold of his girlfriend from high school.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And she was like, he wanted to do things when we were together. And she was like, I told him no. He wanted to do weird shit. Like he was saying in the fucking thing where he was like putting a bottle inside me and like doing all this shit. And she was like, he wanted to do weird things to me, but I shot it down and didn't want to do that stuff. And he was my first. And I regret him being my first. Like this guy deep dives, like Dr. Black is what his, or
so
Mr. Black is what his name
gross.
is. Like he is so amazing. And like he's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, if you see this on YouTube, share it. YouTube doesn't want me to say these things. They don't want me to bring these things to light. So share it to everybody that you can, because they're not.
It's so horrible that people, like, there are people out there, and there have been people out there that think of all these unthinkable things.
Dude, yes.
Like, they think of this stuff. And, like, because of these people, I'm the person that, like, when I'm picking my daughter and my niece up from their last day of school, I'm like, okay, what if somebody, like, walks by or drives by and starts thinking that they can shoot up, like, this last day of this charter school? And I'm like, where's the place I'm gonna, like, how am I gonna get to the girls? How am I going to protect them or any other kids that are in that path? I'm like, what am I? And I'm like sitting there strategizing while I'm in the car in line to pick up girls.
Isn't that shitty in America that you have to do that? We're supposed to be the greatest country in the fucking
yeah,
world.
it's like, why is it that, like, there's so much crime, there's so much shit that, like, we actually have to think of this? Like, this crosses our minds. Like, I don't even, like, okay, another thing, I live in a small, like, townhouse complex, and the girls want to, like, play outside because there's this, like, really beautiful piece of grass, like, where they can do all their cartwheels and do this, and they want to do sidewalk chalk out front and all this kind of stuff. But, like, I have to have the pep talk with them before they go outside. And it's usually this. And I say, what do you guys do if somebody starts walking towards you? And they say, run to the house. Like, they answer me, run to the house. I'm all, what do you do if somebody talks to you? And Peyton, like, if somebody, like, they don't know, like starts talking to them, like, trying to talk to them, Peyton will start screaming my name. My name. I told her, like, don't scream mama, scream my name. And then me checking every 5 minutes. Like, that's why I hate that they go outside, because I'm like, I don't want to check you guys every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just don't trust people. And, like, I do have great neighbors that they're like, we see the girls outside, like, if I let the girls go outside and stuff. They're like, we see them and we keep an eye on them too. Like, we make sure that they're okay and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but, like, we don't know you guys all that well, too. Like, they're great neighbors, but I don't know you guys. I don't know your background. I don't know what's going on. Like, I just don't trust anybody.
And
I trust my vagina.
Sabrina Vagina trusts her own vagina.
But do you really, onions?
Do you, Savoya?
I do, because the onions are potent.
Okay, so like, here's my thing. Here's my
Okay.
thing. Because that we have been, things that have been pushed in our faces about, like, crime and murders and all of these things have been pushed in our faces. But these things still happen, like, 10 years ago before the internet.
It's worse now.
But do you really think that it is worse now, or do you think that it because of
wasn't-
the internet
I think because
and that
internet,
we're letting
social media, and now
is
we
letting
have
us
more
know
options.
about
It was it wasn't worse now. It's to the point now that, like,
Because we
it's
know
more
about it.
publicized.
Yeah.
So that's what's affecting, is that it's more publicized and that we're seeing things because everything is being shared.
Yeah, it definitely is that for sure. And it's more now, it's more like a popular thing, which I never like thought that I would think that, like, true crime and stuff would be, like, a popular
Yeah,
thing.
my mom was like
but
all of these
I've,
killings.
like, always watched it. Like, even when when I was, you know, in middle school, me and my mom used to fall asleep to Forensic Files. Like, Nacho said that, like, if we didn't shed like huskies, that he would be really concerned about me and my mom, like, committing a crime and getting away with it.
Yeah, my mom too. She always watches ID.
Yeah, and I just
Yeah.
found Candice's hair in my, like, fucking shoe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I shed
if she
like a
murdered
damn
you,
husky.
she'd
Oh,
be
I
the first
She'd be the
suspect.
first
I
suspect
can't.
for
Like,
fucking.
I can't consider murdering anybody just because of the fact that, like, I shed like
Yeah, but if I
crazy.
was murdered, you'd be the first suspect because I have your hair in my shoe.
And then I would just be like, I shed like a fucking husky.
And
She's
they'll
my
be-
best friend.
and they'll be like, oh, okay.
I shed like
Like,
a husky.
I don't know where she was between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.
I can tell you where I was. I was here at my house. Because that's where I always am. With my
But
baggage.
we don't have control over Tristan's life. With my baggage, is that what you said?
She just said my baggage.
Found it.
with my non-single baggage.
Oh my god.
Over here.
You guys are ridiculous.
That's how much I love you. I'll give you so much shit.
You guys suck.
We love you so hard.
You do,
But yeah, I think it's like too publicized now for sure.
I feel like a lot of, because my mom is like in her 70s.
You only heard of the really, really, really big ones, but not the small ones.
Okay,
and now you hear about
first off,
everything.
let's give my mom some props here right now. So, we were discussing all these shootings going on. There was another one today in Sunny Slope. If you guys did not know that,
I did not.
I
know
did
that.
not hear.
there was
about
another one in Sunny. There was a fucking shooting in Sunny Slope. Gunman fucking shot into a group of 100 people in Sunny Slope at a strip mall, and I think from what I remember is the strip mall is closed, like nothing goes on there, but there were still people hanging out there. I don't know.
that. So hanging out, like maybe they were
Probably homeless.
homeless
because, a lot of
because
people are
like
homeless right now.
there's one part of the strip mall that's like right at the corner here,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of homeless hang out there.
Dude, we saw when we went, Sam and I went to Goodwill on 19th Avenue in Hills.
Sam
That
went with you?
Yeah.
He did. He went to
What
Goodwill
the
with her.
fuck?
Yeah.
I know. I got it all wet. No. But, so, like, we were driving past the Indian place on the
And it
corner.
smelled like pico.
It smelled like onions. And there was this lady laying there, and he was like, look at this homeless person. And she was laying there, like, face to the Indian restaurant that was probably closed for the day. But he's like, look at her ashy, dirty feet. But then, like, her pants were, like, halfway hanging off her ass, or her ass crack was showing. And she was just laying there, sleeping. Like,
Well,
in the middle
do you
of the
know
day.
how many of those women have like probably been like on their high and just like fallen asleep where they did it and then like the guys just come up and take advantage of them. It's like, it's disgusting. It's sad. It's so horrible.
The thing that was next to where the UPS was, and the smoke shop and the Indian place where
it's like they like, it's now to the point where like they don't have like, yeah, I understand you don't have a home. I understand shit's getting crazy. I understand that like, you know, shit brought you to the life that you are living now. But it's like, you also, like, and they can think of that. I know they can't think of this, but it's like, you can't be on the side of the road. Like, I mean, my daughter sees, like, on the side of the road, people standing. And they just look like fucking zombies. Mm-hmm. And she just looks at me and she's like, I'll never do drugs. At 8 years old, you should never look at me and tell me, like, that you know about drugs right now. It's like, that is just, it's so bad. And she's like, oh, wow. And, like, she actually points it out. It's like, okay, when I was her age,
I didn't know nothing about homeless people.
I was in Pennsylvania, like, pointing out fucking cows. I was, like, so excited at the fact that,
How long did you live in...
Well, no, I did, like, summers and stuff in Pennsylvania and stuff.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, my dad lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I spent every summer in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I was little. I spent every summer in Pennsylvania. But, like, I would point out, like, fucking cows. I'd point out, like, these cool-ass barns. I do all this kind of shit. But, like, my kid's pointing out homeless people. And how many fucking, like, ODs she can count on the side of the road.
All the tents up now.
Oh, yeah. The tents are a lot worse downtown than they are up here.
That's the new tent city.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what they're calling it.
That.
That's what they're calling it, the new tent city. And it's homeless tents. It's not fucking...
And, like, you know what's really sad is now they created a new job for city employees that's, like, they go and spray down the street as waste removal.
Yeah. Things are really bad right now.
It's bad.
I feel like we're living in the movies that we fucking were watching in the 90s.
Yeah. And we're only getting to the point where it's going to be some fucking weird shit that... I don't know. It's going to get crazy. And I'm not a fan of it. Let's talk about something positive now.
Something positive? So, how much stuff do you have for your booth?
I have a lot, but I feel like I need a lot more because I'm going to be there for a whole weekend. And then I also want to start doing stuff for, I want to try and get in. Like, I haven't heard anything when I did the, like, First Friday application. Mm-hmm. Nobody said anything, but I think I might need to get a generator because of the fact that at Paracon, they said there's no electricity.
That's gonna be weird.
Like, there's no, like, well, no, they said it's gonna, there's, like, they're gonna have shit, but, like, we're not gonna be able to, like, plug into anything. So I feel like I'm gonna need to get, like, a generator of some sort, like a small one.
Okay.
Little bit.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah.
Is it gonna be so? Is it gonna be a lot of stuff at night when like?
No, I think it's gonna be like throughout the day, and then at night is gonna be like the VIP shit where like you get to do like ghost hunts with like all the people that.
Did you wash your hands? No.
No, she
This
didn't.
sick ass bitch. This is why.
I wash my hands
coronavirus.
when I'm in public, not in my own house. Or my best
You still need to wash your hands because a lot of us are immune deficient.
A lot of us don't want to smell like onions.
Yeah, we don't want to smell your onions or your fucking vodka or your anything.
Okay, if my hand was wet, I would have washed it.
Yeah, you still wash it no matter what.
No, when I'm in public.
No. You still wash it no matter what.
We're not getting through her. She's not gonna wash
She's
her hands.
gross.
That's
I'm sorry for whoever's listening to this and realizes that Sabrina is disgusting. Oh, I have messages. Who messaged me? Oh. Okay. God bless you.
Thank you. Goodness gracious. This
Goodness
all
gracious,
is-
great balls of fire, Binks.
Goodness gracious, great balls of Banksy.
Banksy is the Banksiest of the world.
Banksy boo. See, he's
Do you remember last weekend or the weekend before, whenever the party was, when the fucking dog went in my mouth? This motherfucker went in my mouth.
Yeah, he
That
will
was-
definitely slip the tongue if he
He
needs
did.
to.
It was disgusting as fuck. And I felt very... I should sue him.
violated
I should sue him.
by his face.
I'm gonna you violating my fucking...
He likes to violate
life.
people with his face.
He did violate me. I was like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, sick.
He was like, meh,
Oh,
and then his
here's
like
my
lizard
tongue.
just went.
And I was like, eh. And you laughed really hard at my face. You were like, yeah, I
It
did.
says
probably
Stranger
did.
Things. Jamie Kimball Barr wants to be saved by Katie Bush cover. No.
You don't...
What?
Something about
Don't-
Easter.
don't-
Stop
Spoil
fucking...
yourself.
You're spoiling here for
Okay.
yourself. You haven't even finished.
You haven't even gotten to season 4,
You
so
stop.
calm your shit.
Stop.
And get off the goddamn internet. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're still
what the
shouting
fuck? We're
about
shouting about it, and you're on the phone.
Stranger Things.
Stranger
Hey,
Things.
we all need to get a tattoo together.
This is agreed.
Okay, so what
Why
should
don't
we get?
Why don't we talk about this? What should we get?
That's really
Yeah.
hard.
Like,
Should we get a pentagram? Here's the thing.
right
But
here.
wait, stop. Collaborate and listen. First of all,
Ice is back with a brand new edition.
do you know what the pentagram means? Pentacle. Actually,
It's a pentacle.
it's a pentacle, not a pentagram. Excuse my language. Do you know what a pentacle means? First of all.
Your life.
So
And a circle.
no, we're not doing that.
We're not getting a pentacle together.
No, I just like
I
the
do
color.
have a really pretty outline that I found, and it's like an outline of 3 women dancing around a fire.
But I'm not a bruja.
But you could do it like really small.
Only my show means I'm a bruja. But
Okay,
it's
so
not my
why
show.
do you want a fucking pen? Like
You're not
Because it
even-
looks so cute.
Okay,
And it
yeah.
matched my-
Okay, that's
my
why.
Okay,
that's the
Karen.
problem. That's the problem,
Karen,
Karen.
stop.
Like you can't. You
I'm
can't
not
just-
a Karen! Why does everybody call
Okay,
me
so
a
fine.
Karen?
How many
Teresa
people-
and I will get the witchy sisters dancing around.
Okay,
So
so
what are we gonna do?
as
I feel like we
As
should do
homies.
as homie, or should we do like
My
a
dead
shot
tree.
glass for shot about it?
Or your symbol? How about we just
Like
my
we
dead
do a
tree?
shot glass, but it looks like it's cheersing and like
Just
the.
said we do my dead tree.
Or why don't we just do a fucking onion? But with like the smelly like lights.
The lines going.
I'll be like, Sam, Bookie, look at my new tattoo. It's an onion. With
Sabrina, you have to get it.
I would get that. I honestly would get that. I honestly would get that.
You have to get it like right here.
So every time he would ever go down on me, I'm like, here's my onion.
That's what I
Sabrina, you really should look
did.
into
And then all you
doing, like,
don't know, you tell him flick my onion.
I think Sabrina, I think you should look into doing professionally, doing like cartoon character voices.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have that voice.
Yes,
I
you
mumble
do.
when I talk.
You do. You have, like, so many different voices within you, like, you don't understand. You have your, like, normal voice, that you have this, like, seriously, like, quiet voice where, like, when we're at the bar, the bartender was like, what
do you realize you started this podcast with
the voice?
Sabrina.
Yeah, you did a Harvard
Sabrina
voice. Oh, you just scratched me. Yeah, you have so many different voices.
I could be like a total cartoon character.
Yeah.
No. I could
You
not.
could.
Yes, you could.
You could make
That'd be
money.
fun, but...
And then you could have your own life.
Of like...
Pour
let's take
yours.
a
Pour
shot.
yours.
Oh, I don't know if I can do another shot.
And then I probably might have to do...
That's okay. 4 more
Yeah,
shots.
you're
my
gonna
bad.
have to do an orange shot.
I'm doing an orange shot with Teresa.
Teresa, motherfucker. What is she doing now?
She's...
Such a,
That's what she's doing. She's dancing.
such a weirdo.
She's doing the dance.
So like, what? So when it comes down to it, what the fuck are we tattooing?
Yeah, seriously. Okay, well,
I don't think
you
should-
and I are gonna do the witchy.
Yeah,
the
because we're witchy.
tattoo.
Because so you guess what I was thinking?
What?
On my hand, I was thinking of doing a pentacle. On this hand, well,
I like that.
And then-
tattoo and went to that witch
Mary
conference.
Guadalupe on my hand.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you that one potting bench that I
With the
told
lady
you-
of Guadalupe, was that the one? Oh my god, I love you! Oh, shut your mouth!
That's the one I wanted to send you.
Shut your mouth! Because I was looking at it, but it was sold right away.
Fuck!
Shut
That's
your
the one I was
mouth.
looking for, and I was like literally searching to see if they sold it or not.
Shut your dirty... Oh, I love you so much.
That's why we're like fucking witchy sisters. We're
Yes.
like witchy fucking like everything
because
sisters.
because the one that you sent, I was like, that's
well,
like...
no, I sent that one just
because-
because it was like kind of one that would might like soften the burn that we couldn't find it.
Yes, the fucking Lady of Guadalupe one. And it was
Yeah.
beautiful and like...
And it had a sink in it already.
Yes, it
and
did have the
everything.
sink and it had everything in it, but it was already sold.
Yeah, that thing sold in like a day.
Yeah, it was... Yes.
Yeah.
I'm texting my son. I was like, did you do the dishes?
I just
He's
grabbed
like,
your
yeah.
fucking phone and I threw it like a bitch.
You did.
I love you.
All right.
What is this?
She's getting it ready. She
Oh,
like
extra
cracked the
shooters.
tops. Like she
I bought
was,
these
like,
shooters before I bought that, before I was coming over here.
She's like, this is... Is it even delicious? Is it like...
No,
I don't know,
it just
but we
tastes like
finished
rubbing
that
alcohol,
bottle. That's
but-
probably not good.
At least mine tastes like Sunkissed.
All right.
You know what else tastes like Sunkiss?
Oh my god, what?
Love you guys.
If I have orange soda.
Do you know Sunkissed is orange soda?
That's what she's, that's why she's saying her vagina tastes like orange soda if she drinks it.
I was
Because
like,
then
you know
it,
what else tastes
just like
Sunkiss?
onions.
She's like, what? And I said, if I drink
Do you know what's really
Sunkiss,
funny?
orange soda.
Is you should actually eat some watermelon and then go up to Sam and be like, watermelon
Oh,
sugar.
Hi. Watermelon sugar. Oh, I've been eating watermelon all week, but I don't have anybody to be like...
Taste my watermelon cup.
Well, actually...
and then I was like,
do,
don't drink
but,
my
like,
cum cup. And he's like,
then
what?
her-
I'm like,
her
I'm
wife
my
or
cup.
girlfriend would be upset. You good?
Why are you acting like you can't live now?
I'm walking away.
And
scene.
And scene. We are
And
legit.
scene.
All right, what's a good thing we can talk about right now?
Ba-ba-ba-bow. The Lady of Guadalupe. I cannot believe that you were like...
That was really cool.
Yes.
That we actually saw the same thing. And I didn't even tell you what it
And
was. I just
didn't
said
tell
it,
you. You were just like,
and I said
saw
it was.
one.
I saw one that had a mosaic.
Yeah, and you were like,
like
it had
tile thing.
sink in it.
Yeah. Holy shit, friend!
And that was the one I was like, I just wish that I could get
And
this.
like
I
it
just
was
wish I could get this.
exactly.
It was the same
It was exactly the
one.
same one that we were talking about. Holy shit! And it was cheap.
It was.
That's why it went so fast.
Hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye.
No,
He's
no,
gonna
no,
go check on Aunt
no.
Sabrina. Yeah, that, and then, like, I found this really, they were holding it, and it was this really, okay, we're getting into our plant lady shit now, but this chick had this, like, really pretty flower, like it was a pot, but it was about as big as the one that is on top of the water cooler, so, like, a regular flower plant kind of deal, but it's, like, a mustard yellow, and then it had a bee on it. Like, but it was like a clay bee that was like put on it. It was so cool.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I offered it, and she hasn't answered me, so I'm like...
That's the shitty thing about OfferUp is,
I
like,
hate
they don't
freaking
message you
OfferUp.
until,
and then,
5 months
somebody
later.
else wanted to buy my goddamn lamp today, and I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be home until the afternoon. And she goes, okay, well, let me know when you are. And I text her, and I'm like, hey, I'm home now. And she hasn't texted me. And I'm like, bitch, get this goddamn lamp.
That's a shitty thing about OfferUp. Like, I messaged somebody, 3 months ago, and they messaged me finally to... No, they didn't even message me. They were like, sold. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate when people do that. Okay. Is she good? Because I have to pee really bad.
Should we pause or should we end it?
Maybe end.
I
We should
need to watch my chonies.
Oh.
end it.
Thank you for tuning in to Shout About It. My name is Tisa. That was Sabrina. And this is Candice. And we're going goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.